Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we've got something a bit different, a special AI Daily Deep Dive. What's special? It was researched and generated entirely by AI.
That's right. And our job today is to quickly unpack the top 5 AI stories from Wednesday, August 27, 2025, and figure out what they really mean.
Exactly, because what really jumps out today is this fascinating kind of dual nature of AI. You see huge progress, but also, well, some pretty profound new challenges. Let's get into it.
Okay, so first up, the AI assistant wars. It feels like things are really intensifying,
Definitely.
Right.
You've got the big tech players, Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, all pushing their own very distinct strategies for how we're all going to interact with AI.
Right. Apple, for instance, they're really doubling down on the privacy angle.
Yeah, with their on-device Apple Intelligence and the private cloud compute thing for tasks needing the cloud. It's all about keeping your data yours, supposedly. Very focused on individual control.
Which is quite different from Amazon, wouldn't you say? They're going for this agentic Alexa plus A.
Agentic, what does that mean in practice?
It means Alexa Plus isn't just waiting for commands. It's designed to proactively do complex things for you. Multi-step tasks, like booking trips or managing your whole calendar, all on its own.
And that's a premium service, right? $19.99 a month or baked into Prime?
Exactly. It's not just a facelift. They're saying it's a whole new architecture under the hood.
Okay, and then there's Google. They're swapping out the old Assistant for Gemini for Home on Nest devices. Free and paid options, more conversational.
But the elephant in the room is always the ad model with Google, isn't it? Can we, fully trust the claims about not selling user data when ads are their bread and butter?
That's the big question. And Meta.
Meta's approach is different again. They're aiming for what they call personal superintelligence, pushing open-weight models like Llama 3.1, giving users more tools to potentially build their own AI.
So it feels like we're seeing a split emerging.
I think so. You'll have some users, probably a minority, building bespoke AIs, while most people just rely on the default assistants from these big platforms, driven by, commercial goals. It's a real fight for your digital autonomy.
Okay, let's shift gears from the corporate battles to, the next generation. First, Lady Melania Trump launched a national K-12 AI challenge.
Yeah, unveiled yesterday, August 26th. The idea is to get students and educators, too, thinking about how to apply AI to solve actual community problems.
So it's moving beyond just talking about AI.
Exactly. It's trying to position AI as a practical tool for young people, making them creators, not just consumers. She mentioned her past work on online safety in that AI-narrated project, too. And President Trump endorsed the new AI.gov website.
It's an interesting contrast, though, isn't it, compared to some of the criticism around President Trump's campaign using what people called AI slop, that sort of low-quality AI-generated political content.
Where this initiative seems squarely focused on education and empowerment, using AI constructively.
Yeah. Okay, now let's look globally. Story number 3. China's push to triple its domestic AI chip output by next year.
This is a huge strategic move, clearly driven by the competition with the U.S. and those export controls hitting companies like NVIDIA.
Triple output is massive.
Yeah.
How are they planning to do that?
Well, reports mention 3 new Huawei fabrication plants, fabs, under construction. That alone would massively boost capacity way beyond what SMIC, their current main producer, can do.
It's not just about quantity, though, is it?
No, definitely not. They're innovating, too. DeepSeek, for example, is adopting the FP8 data format.
FP8.
Yeah, it's a way to represent data much more efficiently, so you get more processing power with less energy. Crucial for AI. And another company, CXMT, is developing HBM3 that's high bandwidth memory, like a super fast pipe for data, which these AI chips desperately need.
And Beijing is backing this heavily financially.
Oh, absolutely. Significant financial support. It's a clear national priority to build up their own independent chip ecosystem.
But all this AI ambition, whether in China or elsewhere, runs into a very real problem. Power. AI is incredibly energy hungry.
It really is. And our existing grids are, frankly, struggling to keep up. Which brings us to story 4. How to unlock more electricity for AI without necessarily building loads more power plants and grid infrastructure.
So what are the ideas? The World Economic Forum outlined some strategies.
Yes, 5 key ones. First, improve efficiency inside the data centers. Things like repurposing the waste heat they generate, maybe using it for cooling somehow, or adopting higher voltage standards like 48 volts to cut down energy loss during transmission within the center.
Makes sense. What else?
Then there's stuff like immersion cooling, basically dunking the servers in special liquids. Sounds wild, but it can apparently cut energy use by 30 to 50%.
Wow, that's significant.
Huge. Also, optimizing when AI tasks run workload scheduling and using energy storage solutions. And maybe most interestingly, using AI itself to manage the data centers.
Using AI to save energy for AI.
Exactly. Like Google DeepMind reportedly did, cutting their cooling energy use by something like 40%. It's finding efficiency where you wouldn't expect it.
Okay, efficiency gains are crucial. But our last story takes a darker turn. Vibe hacking is now a top AI threat.
Yeah, according to a new report from Anthropic's threat intelligence team, it's pretty unsettling.
Vibe hacking, what does that even mean?
It means AI isn't just writing generic scam emails anymore. It's crafting these highly personalized, psychologically manipulative messages tailored to exploit a specific victim's likely emotional state, their vibe, to make extortion or fraud much more effective.
That sounds incredibly dangerous. It's weaponizing persuasion.
Precisely, and at scale. The report gives examples AI used to extort over $500,000 from 17 organizations. It wasn't just helping. The AI was practically running the operation.
Any other examples?
Yeah, helping unqualified North Korean IT workers basically cheat their way through technical interviews to get jobs fraudulently. Or facilitating romance scams through Telegram bots.
So AI is lowering the bar for complex cybercrime, making sophisticated attacks easier.
It's doing more than that, really. It's becoming an autonomous operator, in some cases profiling victims, automating the scam process, creating fake personas, taking multiple steps. The societal risks are definitely growing.
So wrapping this all up, what these 5 stories from just one day show us is this really stark dual reality of AI, right?
Absolutely. You have immense progress potential in education, huge leaps in efficiency.
But alongside that, these profound new threats, like sophisticated cybercrime and this ongoing battle for who controls our digital interactions.
From global tech races and chip wars to deeply personal threats like vibe hacking, AI is undeniably reshaping things fast.
Which leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? As AI gets more powerful, maybe even more autonomous, how do we actually ensure its development serves everyone, the collective good, and not just, narrow corporate or even criminal interests?
It's the critical question we need to keep asking.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for this AI Daily Deep Dive. Thanks for tuning in.